Hello, good morning. My name is Emily. I'm a faithful follower of Christ and I'm addicted to sugar, flour, and binging. That's my Celebrate Recovery intro. You guys know I love Celebrate Recovery. If there's one near you, check it out. It's an awesome ministry. So let's talk about pee. Let's talk about urination and ketosis and sleep scores and anxiety and glycogen and how it all relates very quickly. So I have been dealing with some anxiety lately. I've had so much going on, and I can get to the point with 5 kids on this farm where I'm just meeting needs left and right, and I get to where I am much more reactive than proactive, and I'm just like fielding needs left and right, where I pull in the driveway and I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be great if nobody was home and I could just walk into an empty house for an hour. But instead, kids hear me pull in and they open the door and come on out. And Mama, will you help me with this? Mama, will you make me banana ice cream? Yesterday, banana ice cream is what they wanted before I walked in that house, which is great. I'm so glad they like banana ice cream. Anyways, I call it overstimulated. I get overstimulated at times where I'm so excited about everything going on. It's not necessarily bad stuff. Don't get me wrong, it's been an intense month, you guys. We've had emergency surgeries. We've had terrible sickness. We've had funerals, reunions. It's been a heck of a month. Chicken or the egg? Does anxiety cause lack of sleep? Or does lack of sleep cause anxiety? And I would have to say in this case, I was talking to my husband about this, but we think that the anxiety that I've been dealing with, which has just been like for a few hours every other day, but it's no fun. By the way, I'm all got my makeup on, getting ready to go pick up my groceries at Walmart. He and I both agree that it was probably a lack of sleep that started making me get out of whack chemically, hormonally. Well, that becomes a vicious cycle because lack of sleep causes the anxiety. And then when I have anxiety, I don't sleep very well. So it becomes a positive feedback loop of causation. It becomes this causes that, this causes that. A causes B, then B causes A. Then A causes B, then B causes A. You get the picture. Having dealt with this unwanted anxiety lately, I thought I want to make sleep a priority. And there's a couple of things that I can do to help me sleep better and longer, which is not drink my water in the evenings. You guys, if you followed me for any length of time, and I kind of hate to say follow because we're not, whatever. It's my channel. I'll be the leader, but we're traveling together for sure. You all know I drink a gallon of water a day. That's my sweet spot. I have experimented with this over the years. 128 ounces a day is my sweet spot. It's when I feel the best. It's when it's my 2 64-ounce jugs a day. Anyways, here's what I've noticed. Even on the days that I drank it sooner, I was still getting up throughout the night peeing. As if I had drank it really, really late. Okay. Withings Watch. It has an app on my phone, WITHINGS. It gives me a sleep score. I love it. You can wake up and see what your sleep score was. And it's going to give you a score based on the duration of your sleep, the regularity of your sleep, how many interruptions you had throughout the night, and the depth of your sleep. So it's 4, I think I just got that right. It's those 4 criteria that come up with an overall score. And it is so motivating to get a good score. My mom got a 100 the other night. I may not see a 100 until Mary moves out. But typically mine are in the 80s, and it shows me what time I fell asleep, what time I woke up, how long it was. It wants me to get between 7 and 9 hours. That's what they call the sweet spot. And then it shows me how many times I got up throughout the night and how many minutes together those interruptions added up to. But here's what I noticed. Even when I don't drink my water late in the evening, I've still been getting up throughout the night peeing, urinating. I just prefer to say pee. And I thought, interesting. This is good news, you guys. I made a 1-minute video recently that said how I know I'm in ketosis. Ketosis is when you're in fat burning mode. It's what we're all trying to get our bodies into. We're trying to convince our bodies it's okay, it's safe, we're not starving, you can burn up stored fuel. Our bodies are either storing fat or burning fat, trying to help us out. If you are overweight right now, you can tell your body, thank you. Because your body stored all that fat in an effort to save you from what it's perceiving to be danger and stress and potentially kind of a strange version of a famine where only, I don't want to speak for you, but I'll speak for myself. The majority of what you're consuming is junk. So your body's like, we need to like go through all this to find nutrients, and we're not finding any nutrients. We might not get any nutrients for a while. So I need to store all this because this is alert. When you start eating not loads. I believe it's, 6 ounces of fruit in the morning, 12 ounces of fruit and vegetable in the evening, and 14. So, all right, let's do some math here. I've done this before. 14 plus 12 is 26 plus the others. It's 32 ounces. It's 2 pounds a day of fruits and vegetables. Guys, that's 2 pounds a day of micronutrients, the vitamins and the minerals, plus the macronutrients, the protein, the carbohydrates, and the fat. So you're getting the macronutrients, the proteins, the carbohydrates, and the fats, and the micronutrients, the vitamins and the minerals, and you're giving your body all that. All of a sudden it's confident. It's like, oh, awesome. We're good. We're in good shape. That horrific famine that we were in, where the only thing coming in was just no good, can't do anything with it, I can't rebuild cells with it, I can't help memory, I can't help vision, there's nothing we can do with all this crap coming in. We're out of that phase. Now we're in this awesome phase of loads and loads of nutrition coming in. You can convince your body to feel confident to release the fat. It's going to store fat to help you. It's going to burn fat to help you. I like to say our bodies have a mind of their own. It's all your body's response to perceived threats, to stress. And it cannot tell if we are dealing with a true famine, just natural disasters, something horrible going on, or the stress of lack of sleep and raising kids and 20-page term papers that have to be written, or late shifts or extra jobs, or the list goes on and on of 2021 type stressors. So again, if you're really, really overweight, that is your body's way of trying to help you manage what it's perceiving to be a horrific threat, which is a lack of nutrition. So it's going to store everything it can. So I know that I'm in ketosis, and I say this on my little 1-minute video because I've been getting a cramp. All right, my mom was calling. I've been getting a cramp that I get every once in a while. It's like a Charlie horse, and my doctor told me this has to do with sodium and potassium, minerals that my body is now asking me for because I'm burning up fat. Also, my urine, even after drinking, you have to have been hydrated first for this to apply. But even after having drank a gallon of water, I can look in the toilet and my pee literally looks neon yellow. That's just a sign of ketosis. That's a sign that I'm in fat burning mode. So for me to drink my gallon even early in the day and then still be up throughout the night peeing, I woke up this morning and thought, I bet I'm peeing out some fat. Okay, and in a sense, I truly am. Did you know that you never have more or less fat cells? You have the same number. They're either swollen up or shrunk down, swollen up or shrunk down. When we are in ketosis, our body switches its fuel source, which is a major feat to convince our bodies to do that. We can't force our bodies to do that. They have to feel confident to do that. When we've switched the fuel source from what we're eating, just like chewing it up, swallowing it, and our body burns that, to asking our bodies to burn up what's stored, our bodies start burning up the glycogen. And glycogen is the stored form of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates store water. There's a clue in the word carbohydrate. I learned that years ago. Carbohydrates store water. Glycogen is the stored version of carbohydrates. So when we start burning up that stored sugar, that stored fuel, then our fat cells release all that stored water and we pee it out. Ta-da! So I just wanted to share with you my little pee story and how peeing and lack of sleep and anxiety and ketosis, how they all are working together. And I want to minimize the nighttime interruptions to maximize my sleep score. I've had a couple sleep scores of like 37, 59. And guys, I want better grades than that. I do. I want at least a B, right? I want to minimize my interruptions at night. And maximize my sleep scores. All of this in an effort to stay sane, which is a good idea. And it takes a conscious effort. I prioritize my sanity and my sobriety. They're very high on my priority list. But if I do get up throughout the night, and my body decides that's the time to go ahead and pee out some fat, I don't think it's going to bother me so much. I might just have a lower sleep score for a while. I've been telling my husband, I said, you know what? We've got a lot of good stuff going on. I'm dealing with this anxiety, but I'm like, Greg, oh my goodness, the September thing, it's behavioral. And I'm just click because I've got to focus every day. I've got these videos that I edit together, and you see me doing silly stuff like crunching my water bottles. And I mean, I have fun with all like, what's my thumbnail going to be, and what's my little emoji going to be to the theme of the day. Whether it's a donut or the water droplets, or anyways, it's a fun little creative outlet. But what's very powerful about that is that it's giving my brain something to focus on throughout the day instead of binging, as are the tally marks. Oh boy, I would just love to teach that system to, that would work for a lot of people dealing with a lot of behaviors, because it breaks the pattern, and it disrupts the cycle. The cycle. You cannot change your behavior unless you're aware of them. You have to find a way. Charlie, hold on just a minute. I'm recording a video. And I don't want to pause it because then I have to edit little pieces of videos together. You cannot change your behavior unless you can get yourself to become aware of it. And don't we all know that some behaviors are what we're aiming for is automaticity with our eating, with bright line eating. But we have loads of automaticity in areas that we don't want it. So we've got to become aware. And the tally system is a way to go and wake up in the moment and be aware in the moment. So anyways, I told my husband, I was like, this whole September thing is so behavioral. And I said, but what's happening is it's also becoming physical. My body's becoming physically disconnected. You guys, it's September. It's truly the fall of sugar, flour, and binging. I'm pretty amazed, and all of that reminds me that, or at least helps me to cope with how challenging things are lately, because of course they're going to be. this is a marathon that we're running, and we're headed towards a goal, and that's going to involve work. And I have been around the same weight for months and months now because I've been using binging to cope here and there, and I'm not anymore. So if it feels hard, that's pretty appropriate. If it feels difficult, if it seems challenging, well, that's because I'm doing something I haven't done in a while, which is finding ways to learn to live without what I'm addicted to. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. What I'm really aiming to say here, what I'm wanting to share, is that the difficulty, the anxiety, just how hard it has felt this past month, that's indicative. That indicates that transformation is taking place. And that is wonderful and exciting and motivating. And I accept it. Isaiah 66:9, do I not bring forth? Isaiah 66:9, it's where God tells us that pain has purpose. Pain has purpose. That he brings forth, and I'm having a hard time thinking of the exact words, but the idea that the message in that scripture is that he does bring forth delivery. There is new life taking place right now. We are in a birth canal, and I can tell he's about to pop me out into a whole nother realm of this journey and this experience, and in this right now, I consider it conditioning. It feels like basic training. It's conditioning. I used to be on a soccer team, and conditioning during the summertime was rough. It was a whole lot harder than the games were because we were getting whipped into shape. 1 Corinthians 9:27. That's Paul talking. I will strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, lest I preach and be disqualified for the prize. So let's keep going, you guys. And again, I'm happy to report that even when I drink my water earlier in the day, if I'm still peeing throughout the night, I believe I'm peeing my way to goal weight. So I love you all. That is it. Isaiah 66:9. I'm going to put that in the description below. I look forward to reading it myself because I can sort of see it in my mind. And he says, do I not bring forth? And then he talks about delivery. We are being delivered. It reminds me of Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt. We're being delivered. We've been in the darkness. We've been in the wilderness. And it's time for us to head towards the promised land. I love you guys, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.